Good morning. I hope you're all going well. I hope this video is working. Every time I tweak a few things to try and make a better presentation, I also wonder whether or not I've cancelled or ruined everything. Anyway, I hope you're going well. I really appreciate you joining us again for our fourth Lockdown Live. It's a real pleasure to bring these to you. And to use this time during lockdowns. Obviously, regardless of where you are, you'll be experiencing some kind of disruption to your normal life and to where things are at for you and for your family and your business. And yeah, just want to be able to use this time to be able to, I suppose, as a business owner, just making the most of the time that you've got. I think it can be really easy for us as business owners to be disheartened through these lockdown periods, and like rightfully so. There's heaps of stuff going on, but I just would love to be able to use these times and these Tuesday mornings as an opportunity for you to take out some time of your day to log in, to watch as you are, and to spend some time working on your business. The whole purpose of the boardroom, the whole purpose of these lockdowns lives is just to bring some useful information to you so that there's something that you can action and put into your business. If you're in a situation at the moment where lockdown is really challenging for you and your business, if you're in struggle town, if you need someone to talk to, if you need to put food on your table, if you're struggling to make sense of everything that's been going on at the moment and where your business is headed, and there's a lot of unsurety, please don't hesitate to reach out. Would really be more than happy to help where possible. Shoot me a DM, send me an email, paul@theboardroom.com.au. No strings attached, just a genuine desire to help you where you're at and where your business is at during this pretty crazy time. So over the years in having run a business, I see a lot of business owners getting stuck in a rut of working in their business and not on their business. And I've been there before. It's taken me a number of years to realize that my journey as a business owner has gotten to the point now where I can't always afford to be on the tools, so to speak, that I can't always be the face of the business where I previously had been. And I think it's really easy for us to get caught up in just the day-to-day stuff, the small stuff, the urgent stuff in our businesses, but not necessarily the important stuff in our businesses. And the boardroom exists to help business owners to work on their business. I see it very regularly that business owners just get stuck in this holding pattern of working in their business, not being able to find time to grow their business or to address some really important issues in their business that are stopping them from taking their business to the next level, or being able to address issues with staff, to be able to address issues with clients, to be able to address issues in their business systems, just because they're so busy on the forefront of their business working hard. So this morning, in saying all of that, I wanted to share with you the 4 things that they didn't teach me at business school. For those of you who don't know, I spent around 4 years studying marketing and management at a uni here in Melbourne. There was plenty of things they didn't teach me, I'm aware, and there was plenty of things they also tried to teach me as well. Arguably, commercial law, for example, was a subject that I had to repeat not once, but twice, just to learn what I needed to learn there. Unfortunately, compulsory subject, had to be done. The other one that comes to mind as well was business statistics. All they really should have done in that situation was sat us down in a tutorial just for 10 minutes for that whole semester and said, pay someone else who's going to do a far better job of analysing your business data and your business statistics and your research data than you ever will. And we would have signed an agreement to say, yep, we're going to do that, subject passed, flying colours. Anyway, over the last 10 years of growing my business, I've recognised that there are many things in the school of real life, so to speak, and sometimes the school of hard knocks that have been things that I wouldn't have learnt any other way. And that's actually one thing that I've really enjoyed about running my own business from its infancy, right through to where it is today, is that there's been a lot of things that I've experienced through that process that I've had to work through, that it hasn't just been a nice ideal, that it hasn't just been, an academic view of how a business should be run most effectively or efficiently. I've actually been able to see what works and what doesn't work. So if I'm being completely honest, there's still plenty of things that I'm working on in my business. I don't have it all together. There's some things that take a lot longer, to actually realise and go, yeah, that's working, or that's not working, or I still have a lot of work to do in this area. So the first thing they didn't teach me at business school was how to say no. When you start a business, when you're growing a business, you will come across plenty of opportunities. But not all of those opportunities are worthwhile opportunities. I think it's really easy for us to want to take on everything and anything, work-wise or sales-wise or services we offer-wise, just to bring money, into our business, money through the door. But ultimately, not all those opportunities that come up are going to be worthwhile. Particularly when you're starting out, it can be really easy to fall into that hole. I just want to encourage you that, and from what I've experienced, we actually get to set the rules in our business. We get to set the rules with our staff. We get to set the rules with the way we engage with our clients and the ways that clients engage with us. And we also get to set the rules with ourselves too. Sometimes, to give you an example of my service-based business, there's been jobs or particular services that I've said yes to purely because I thought, great, it's going to bring money in, it's going to be better than doing nothing. But ultimately, those jobs that we were going out to, or those services that we were providing, were not actually that profitable. I might have been saying yes to a job request that came through from a geographical location that was 15, 20 Ks away from, a majority of our other clients. And so I was saying yes for the fact of, or for the sake of saying yes to new work. But when it boiled down to it, the money that I was making off that job, I just wasn't going to cover the expenses of actually having to drive to that job in the first place and then drive back to where the rest of our work was. That's a really basic example. But I think you'll find that you'll be empowered as a business owner if you know that it's okay to say no. The second one is comparisons. One thing that they didn't teach me at business school was that comparisons are dangerous. Don't compare yourself to your competitors, for example. It is great to be aware of your competitors. It is great to be aware of your competitors are doing, seemingly very well in your industry. It's very good to know what they're up to. But don't compare yourself to them in the sense of, am I as good as them? Am I, I'm not as good as them. I don't do this well. It's good to know those things, but your success as a business, your success as a business owner shouldn't be set purely on your competition. Don't compare yourself to your business heroes. Don't compare yourself to mentors or other friends that you've got in business, because your experience is so much different. Your walk, your experience, the things that you've seen, the relationships that you've had, they all make your journey as a business owner very unique. And I think the downfall of social media these days, as much as it is a powerful marketing tool, it is a really crippling comparison tool. Because the stuff that gets put out on social media, regardless of whether or not it's a personal page or a business page, generally people are putting forward an image that is of that business or of that person, living their best life. And sometimes that best life is actually just a complete fabrication. I think as business owners, as much as just normal human beings, we need to be really mindful of how much we compare ourselves to those around us. Just remember, run your own race. It's your business. You get to call the shots. You get to set the goals. You get to create a business however you want. It gets to look like whatever you want. And I think it's really valuable just to remember that what you might want out of your business and what you define success to be might actually be totally different to those around you, and that's okay. The third thing is the power of accountability. Did you know that you are likely to have a 65% success rate of completing a goal when you commit it to someone else? And up to 95% success rate if you have a specific accountability appointment with that person that you've committed to. One thing that the Boardroom is really centered around is the power of accountability, in that with meeting with a business mentor or in meeting with like a peer-to-peer business advisory panel, that accountability plays a huge part in the success of the people who are involved. Setting goals and actually having a conversation as the process of trying to achieve those goals comes together is really important and really powerful. Accountability can come in many different forms. One thing that has been really great for me is to be surrounded by a few other key business owners, both within my industry but also outside of my industry as well, that I can have really clear, candid conversations with about where our business is at, where our weaknesses are at, and what I'm trying to do to work on those weaknesses or to work on achieving specific goals. And that's been so helpful, because not only is it a hearing ear, it's a fresh perspective, it's knowledge that I don't have that someone else might have and be happy to input into my business. But if I've actually got someone who can help keep me accountable to the goals that I'm setting, I'm far more likely to succeed. And that's for me personally. Like I know that works. So having someone to know the goals that I'm trying to set, the things that I'm trying to achieve in the long term of my business, and also in the short term of my business, is great. And when you're looking for someone to fill that spot, look for someone who is going to be willing to ask you the hard questions. Sometimes, when you're not reaching them. Look for someone who can get alongside you, encourage you, look at things maybe a bit differently to you, but also know when to say, hey, look, actually, you said you were going to do this, and you've had plenty of opportunity, or maybe you've been looking at things from a different angle. Why don't you look at it this way? Or what can you do to achieve this in the next couple of months if you haven't done it in the time frame that you expected? So the power of accountability, I think, is something that is a real critical success factor to your business. And if you don't have that level of accountability within your business at the moment, by all means go and find someone who can help you with that. The fourth thing they didn't teach me at business school is that business, in my experience, is built on relationships. It's that old adage of it's not what you know, it's who you know. I would say that some of our best clients within my service-based business, have either come from connections of people that I know personally, or have been referrals from clients that we've already built strong relationships with over the years. It shouldn't come as a surprise that people like to do business with others that they can trust and respect. So in building business relationships, it shouldn't be about, just smooth talking. It shouldn't be about slick sales pitches. It shouldn't be about just being fake. I feel that those things are just so fickle, and 1980s, 1990s, I think people are really craving genuine relationship in business and in their personal lives. An example I have is a finance broker that I dealt with a few years ago. At the time, we were financing a new ute for our work, and during that process of her speaking with our accountants and her working out sort of the needs that we needed for the business and the ute, and setting up all the documents and that sort of thing, she was super smooth. She was super slick. She was so friendly. She wanted to catch up for a coffee and talk through the business and find out where we're at and what we needed. And it was great. But as soon as I signed on the dotted line, as soon as the loan documents were sorted, as soon as the finance was sorted out on the vehicle, she was cold. She didn't have any time for me. She didn't want to return my emails, even just with some basic questions. She just didn't care. She just switched off. As soon as the deal was done, she switched off. And it left me with a bad taste in my mouth. As a result, next time I'm looking for finance, I'm not going to, call it. I'd much prefer to send my business and to send my money or, interest payments on, our loans to someone who has at least a level of genuine care. Now, I'm not expecting them to know every aspect of my life and to remember my kids' names, but all I want is someone who has even just a small level of appreciation for where my business is at, the needs in my business, and helping me achieve the goals that I've got set up in my business. It could just be checking in with a client, a client in your business or a customer in your business, just to say, hey, haven't seen you for a few months, how's things tracking? Or, just an email that says, hey, if you need anything, I thought I'd just reach out again, let us know. Just a little snippet of time to show that you care, to show that there's some level of genuine relationship happening there. I'm a massive advocate for genuine relationships, both in personal and business life. And I think in creating genuine, long-lasting relationships where you're looking out for the other person, the benefits of having them in your circle is reciprocated. I subscribe to the concept as a business owner and as a leader that all shall prosper. I want all of the stakeholders in my business, my clients, my customers, my staff, my suppliers, all to be looked after through the process of negotiating deals and bringing on new clients and sales. I want there to be a genuineness to what we do. So that's it. I mean, I could go on that point for a fair while longer, but that's probably another video. Yeah, I just wanted to reach out, and I really trust that. There's something in these 4 points today that speaks to you or encourages you to look a bit deeper within the layers of your business to how you can be doing things better. That's all I could ask for. That's all I could ask for. So, look, I want today to be an encouragement to you in your business. Just continue to take some specific time to work on your business over the next couple of weeks. Like I said last time, if it's half an hour a day, if it's an hour a week, if it's a couple of hours a month, whatever it is, just get rid of the distraction, the day-to-day distraction, switch your phone on silent for a couple of hours, think about where your business is at the moment, what goals you have, what you want to achieve, and just take some time to look at that strategically and go, okay, what can I work on next? How can I get to that goal? That's it for today. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. We'll be back again next week, Tuesday, 10 o'clock, live on Facebook, bringing you another Lockdown Live. Keep well. I'll speak to you soon.